preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Oh, John, thank God.
Williams, what the hell are you doing here?
Myers. Is he dead?
Myers has zero emotion. He has no motives. If he sees, he kills.
Tell the town to lock their doors. No one in, no one out.
Gary Hebert, the man, the myth, the legend. I was amazed, and I was looking to become a better skater myself, and I wanted to be like Gary.
When you look at a guy like this, he's one of the most talented people in his profession. He's been given gifts by God.
It can get frustrating at times when you're trying things that, that maybe don't come as quickly to you as other things. And you never really felt that sense of frustration with Gary. It was always about improvement and positive reinforcement.
Was it really the end? Was that head injury really the end? God has called Gary to continue to be a blessing to others and to be a passionate example.
My name is Gary Hebert, and this is the World Academy of Hockey, otherwise known as the Inside Edge.
I would recommend anybody that have a chance to come to his hockey school. I think it'd be well worth it. It'd be rewarding to all the kids and anyone who coaches, from whether it's an adult, a professional player, to a little kid like a Mike or a Squirt.
Gary, from day one, has been instrumental to my hockey career. I started out as a potential Division III player, and Gary brought me single-handedly through high school and into a top Division I prospect. I owe it all to Gary, the biggest legend on and off ice there's ever been.
Listen, watch, learn, be confident, and have faith. Those are the answers I was brought to. Yet, I only now am really learning how truly important those 5 things are.
Through preparation, through appropriate thoughtfulness and thinking, we can learn to untie the typical knots between our ears that drive us into underachievement and underperformance. And lo and behold, we can learn, I think, to fulfill our God-given potential.
Gary has the innate ability to make people not only better players, but better people. The life lessons they learn from Gary are incredible.
You can always remember leaving that rink knowing as a player I got better or I had something to improve on to get better. And I think that's what you excelled on as a coach, is giving us the knowledge to know what we needed to do to get better.
There's coaches who know the game, but can you communicate and create passion in your kids and in your players? And Gary's able to do that.
Gary's got great knowledge and the great hands, but more importantly, his ability to connect with people and care for them. His communication skills, to me, really stand out and separate him, and that's why he's one of the best, in the world.
Gary's a legend. He's a special, special man.
the Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
Well there. Welcome everybody to our coverage of TNA Impact here across the Jeff McCarran Multiverse of Media on this Thursday night. It is already August 8th. It's already been the 1 week of August. Jesus Christ, this year's just flying by, Mr. Williams. I'm looking the other way because I'm usually used to you being yeah, there we go. Hi.
Yeah. We are officially 2 weeks away from my birthday.
Crazy. That ish is bananas.
BANANAS.
Yeah. It's wild to me that your kid is already back in school. Mine's starting back again on Monday.
Our poor niece has been in school for like a month already.
Well, that's just because her school district is batshit.
Oh no. The reason is because all the way up until Christmas break, she don't got to go to school on Friday.
I understand that.
So they make up for it by starting her almost a month early because the days that she misses by no school on Friday.
I understand that part of the logic, and I'm doing logic like this on purpose.
Yes.
But when you starting kids back in school and they can't even play on the playground safely without burning them tootsies, that's a problem.
Right?
Damn. And on top of that, last year it cost me taking them to the Magic Kingdom because they were in school on the 17th of July.
Yeah, I've said it before. I'll say it again. When once I was a young whippersnapper, we started school the day after Labor Day in September, the Tuesday.
Yes.
And we got out the week leading up to Father's Day.
Yes.
That was our school year.
Yes.
Now they start school before my birthday. My dad and I always used to have like a vacation. For my dad would take his vacation during my birthday week, and we would do like the theme park world tour.
Yes.
We'd go to Universal, we'd rest a day. We'd go to Knott's, we'd rest a day. We'd go to Disney, we'd go to the swap meet on Saturday, laundry on Sunday, and then it was back for him to work.
Yep.
Like now my kid is going to be in school during my birthday.
For context, JJ's dad was an educator, recently retired. So, yeah, educators went back to school same time we did, except maybe a week or two earlier than prep. But even still, yeah, it is August 8th, and the majority of the chiddens is going to be back in school by the next time we cover Impact. Bullshit. Anyway, now we've had our philosophical discussion for the day. Let's get to some professional wrestling talk.
For those of you that are wondering, our play-by-play man extraordinaire is on his way.
Yes.
Running a little late, getting home from work.
That's okay.
It's all good. We've got the man whose name is ceremoniously on the marquee here to help me out just a smidge until we get here. Hence why we started on time today, people.
Yeah,
Because as good as I can be, I don't feel like I'm good enough to hype a show by myself. Recapping shows like I used to do on For the Love of Wrestling, that's one thing. But giving a show its proper hype, you need a couple of people to like be going back and forth because he may be excited about something I could care less about, and I could be excited about something he could care less about, and then we can kind of hype each other up.
Yes, exactly. And there is quite a bit to be excited about or pass the baton to be excited about to somebody else because they have once again stacked this Thursday night offering over on TNA Plus or Access TV. If you're already watching, that's great. Just don't spoil it for the rest of us, you promise. Or over on YouTube if you're part of that Impact TNA, whatever the hell they call that nowadays, insiders.
And if you are watching already on Access TV, remember, no spoilers. We watch it commercial free on YouTube. So we've still got about 25 minutes till our feed begins. That way we don't have commercials. But yeah, hopefully we'll finally hear from the walking weapon, Josh Alexander, about what provoked him to do what he did to Joe Hendry.
Why do you do the things you do, Joshua? Why? We just want to know.
You know, and that his former tag team partner in the North is in a prominent position on NXT.
Yeah.
Could we see a North reunion here in the not so distant future? With this NXT TNA crossover, I mean,
it's funny you mentioned that crossover, JJ. Because one of the matches announced at the bottom of the hour, I haven't said his name, so nobody freak out just yet. But that man will be facing NXT's own Wolfgang of Gallus.
Yeah. And it's funny because we posted about this in our group chat, and one of our color commentators par excellence, the Heat man James Hebert, who, by the way, for everyone asking, has told us, I'll believe it when I see it, but he has told us that part 1 of the documentary is coming this weekend.
We shall see. Yes.
But when he saw this image, he was like, it should be Joe Hendry versus Joe Coffey. And we were like, James, come here. You're killing the gimmick because come here.
I know, but you said his name. He's got to do the thing.
Like he fought Joe Coffey on NXT on Tuesday.
Literally last night. Yeah.
He already did that.
Yeah. Like,
that goes to show that I don't watch. Yeah, maybe you should. Maybe you should.
Stuff. Yeah, and I pointed out, because it is Wolfgang, it's a perfect tie-in to where TNA used to tape and where I was Thursday. It's a Universal project. I believe too. Gallus' Revenge. Wolfgang's Revenge in that case. So yes, we will see Wolfgang versus Joe Hendry from Wolfgang from NXT versus Joe Hendry tonight on Impact, or TNA Impact, I should say. We will
lots of history between these two going back to their time in Scotland as well. So should be a really good match. I've seen some of the songs that Joe has done for Wolfgang back in their old Fed.
Yes. Yeah. This whole Joe Hendry creating songs thing is not a new thing, kids. Let's just be clear on that. So yeah, it's old and established, yet it feels fresh again because of the exposure from NXT. So that's pretty cool. Also on tonight's show, Jonathan Gresham, former Ring of Honor World Champion, former Ring of Honor Pure Champion, taking on Kushida. Again, going back to Universal Studios and where I was and why I was there, complete with hat. Damn it, Kushida. I should have brought that hat for that match. Next week, if Kushida's on the show next week, I'll have it. Kushida and Gresham. Loving that Gresham is back on Impact Television, back on TNA TV. It's cool to see him back doing his thing. Definitely curious what he and Kushida are going to do in the
this should be good. There's been a nice little build for him and Kushida. I kind of hoped that they finally would get their match at a pay-per-view event.
Yeah.
But I'm sure this won't be the only time we see these two in a ring together. So
highly unlikely in all likelihood. But yes, joining us now from the green room, he is home. We said his name earlier. He is appearing now. The Simple Man, our play-by-play man, Noah Foster, is here. How are you, sir?
I'm tired, but I'm all right. Hello, gentlemen. Ugh.
Good to see you, brother.
Good to be here.
At least you get tomorrow off.
Yes, This is valid. Yes.
Much
so
needed.
we have jumped into talking about the show. Of course, it's going to start for us at the top of the hour, or the bottom of the hour, rather. Hopefully, we will hear from the walking weapon, Josh Alexander, tonight. Of course, when he came out last time, he didn't say a whole lot and just kept it right on walking back. For that, we will also see the man who, when you say his name, he appears. So there he is, Joe Hendry, taking on Wolfgang from NXT. And you know better than anybody know the history with these two guys.
I mean, of course. I mean, when you think about Wolfgang, of course, straight out of Scotland, and of course, working out of the pub, part of the inaugural NXT UK tournament, formerly involved also in ICW, while Joe Hendry, of course, involved all across ICW, WCPW, Defiant Wrestling, Ring of Honor, And of course, we really saw things escalate this past Tuesday in NXT when Wolfgang and Mark Coffey were not only wiped down at the very beginning of the match, but also ejected thanks to some shenanigans by Mr. Motivation, the local hero himself. So I believe Wolfgang's looking for revenge on behalf of the Gallus Fum. So I'm expecting this to be a very heated contest. And according to what I read from my ECW crew, this is the main event of tonight's show.
I was going to say, for what it's worth, this is the splash image that is on the TNA YouTube page for this show. So,
yep.
There you go. Looking forward to that being the main event. We'll talk more about that as we go. We'll also see if I can get the freaking thing to click. There we go. Kushida, the Time Lord himself, taking on Jonathan Gresham, again, former Ring of Honor World Champion, Pure Champion, longtime crossover performer for TNA and Ring of Honor. But as JJ mentioned, this has been building for quite a while. We thought maybe a pay-per-view match between the two was impending, but they are going live tonight, 1-on-1.
I mean, again, ever since Kushida's been trying to find the antidote to Jonathan Gresham's black ink, Jonathan Gresham's been doing everything possible to make sure that Kushida has succeeded. At one point, we thought Kushida was experimenting with said culprit of sickness back when he channeled Japanese legend during his countdown match against Rich Swann at Slammiversary. So I'm very curious to see what sort of Kushida we get tonight, since that's the only time we've seen that. That might very well be what Kushida needs to channel to beat Jonathan Gresham instead of once again being infected by him. So whether or not he gives us an antidote or he gives Jonathan Gresham a taste of his own medicine, I'm expecting definitely a heated contest here.
And as you were coming in, I loaded this graphic up, but we are going to see yet another open challenge match for the TNA Knockouts World title from Jordan Grace, JJ.
Yeah, I mean, again, a lot of her open challenges have been NXT personnel that have crossed through. We already know Wolfgang is going to be on the show. Is this going to be another NXT talent crossing the line, as it were? Or is there someone within the TNA landscape that has been eyeing the championship, eyeing Jordan Grace, that is going to take this opportunity?
I mean, again, we've already seen Ash Belgans, we've seen Izzy Dan, we've seen Tana Paxley, we've seen her already overcome the likes of Tasha Steeles, and Zara Brookside, of course, right now is helping mend a broken heart, even though she got her, union. The thing of the matter is, I look at right now the most unorthodox, unpredictable, currently with no direction, knockout on the TNA roster, keeping it in the family. I think we're going to get more told tonight about when it comes to Rosemary. I think she has a black rose waiting for the juggernaut. Being a former TNA Knockouts champion herself, seeing that she's lost everything and has nothing, maybe this is what she is looking for, some sort of like self-redemption or some sort of sense of belonging. You don't belong any further in TNA besides being the TNA Knockouts World Champion, being a former champion herself. And she hasn't been involved in the TNA Knockouts World Championship picture for probably the better part of a year, if I'm being honest. So I'm going to go out there and on a limb and say that Rosemary shows up tonight. As long as not, I don't think Ash Belgans is going to take advantage of this, as long as Rosemary is looking to murder both her and the personal concierge. So I'm holding out for Rosemary.
Well, Ash by Elegance definitely wasn't on my radar, but when I see these open challenges and I think of the TNA family, I always wonder when Giselle Shaw is going to take her shot.
Yeah.
Because we kind of thought that with the Gail Kim repackage, this was going to be Giselle Shaw's year, and she hasn't made the most of it yet.
You mentioned the broken heart. Noah, there's probably no bigger a broken heart than happens when a wedding goes to pieces. Got the fallout tonight from the wedding of PCO and Steph DeLander, as that summon a gun Matt Cardona just came in there and messed up the juju.
This is Noah's favorite segment from last week, the main event.
Yeah.
You're trying to get me to talk about weddings and love when I'm not talking about a wrestling match and wrestling. What the fuck's wrong with you two? That being said, I'll go ahead and try that.
Card, brother. What do you want from me?
Well, I mean, if nothing else, I think this all stems to the fact that Matt Cardona is a former Digimania champion and he wants that title back. Now that PCO holds it, maybe he thinks he used Steph DeLander as an advantage. Again, formerly, Steph DeLander was the deathmatch queen to the deathmatch king. It was Matt Cardona that discovered Steph DeLander down under in Australia and brought her along for the ride during the independency, where they both ran roughshod. Now Matt Cardona is back from injury, and after falling out against EC3 for the NWA World Championship, he's back here in TNA, no doubt in my mind, looking for the Digital Media Championship.
What I find funny is I think this and next week's show already pre-taped. He got hurt again at GCW.
Well, being the manager, I mean, doesn't mean that he's going to get off scot-free either, considering
no, certainly not. PCO will find a way to get his, I'm sure. And of course, we have 2 more qualifiers for the Ultimate X coming up at Emergence, which will be in just a couple weeks. God, the end of the month is going to be a hell of a run. We've got 4 watch-alongs in 3 days. It's going to be absolutely bad shit when we get there. But the first qualifier features the X Division champion himself, as Speedball Mike Bailey takes on both Trent Seven and Jake. Hey,
it's on the tip of your tongue, Jeff. It's on the tip of your tongue.
No, help me out.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're taking on Trent Seven and Jake. Something.
My something, of course. and again, this isn't necessarily for the championship, but it is intriguing that Santino Marella is making Speedball Bailey qualify for the match himself as champion.
Well, Speedball also encouraged this because he wants to be a fine champion. If he wants to prove his value towards the X Division Championship, he might as well make sure that he's worthy to be part of the picture. Where case in point, if Speedball Mike Bailey fails this qualifier, we're guaranteed a brand new X Division champion at Ultimate X. No question of that.
JJ, what say you about this wrinkle in the fabric, if you will? We have the champion having to qualify to defend his own title.
I mean, we often say around here that sometimes predictability isn't a bad thing. But I feel like in this case it is a bad thing, because why would you have Speedball job out? He just got the title. So this almost sets it up where Speedball's going to win this match, which sucks because Jake Something, while the jury's still kind of out for me when it comes to him, he's impressive in X Division matches. He's very much in the vein of Samoa Joe. Yes. That big guy that you don't expect to be able to pull this shit, he can keep up with the X Division guys. So to see him in the confines of an Ultimate X would be, pun intended, something. And then you've got Trent Seven, who I think would be a great addition to the match too. Like, I think seeing him fight for the title or an opportunity at the title, I think he'd be able to pull off some amazing stuff. But Speedball again just got the title, so they're not going to have him lose this match. It's just not going to happen. I feel that's slightly disappointing. Like, I almost think Speedball should have just got thrown in the match, or it should have been the Ultimate X should have been for a shot at his title, as opposed to this. It's my only downside for tonight's show, honestly. The match will be fantastic, but
yes. The other X Division qualifier, Ultimate X qualifier, is one that up until, was it this morning or yesterday?
Yeah, earlier today.
Earlier today, it was going to be Zachary Wentz, still no doubt suffering from the betrayal of Wesley on Tuesday night's NXT, as well as Casey Navarro taking on a mystery third opponent. And lo and behold, NXT once again rears its head. Dante Chen is up for qualifying for the Ultimate X match, Noah.
It's a unique circumstance where, again, we're seeing more of the NXT bleed over. Not much is known about Dante Chen on the Western side of things, besides the fact he's the first Singapore-signed WWE superstar and previously challenged Jacob Page for the NXT Championship. But in his native region in Southeast Asia, he was a champion as Trexis for his home promotion. So he's definitely experienced, and he's definitely given his worth to the business, 11 years worth. He's an all-rounder with a much martial arts background. So honestly, him for Speedball Mike Bailey might just be a unique exhibition at one point. We had an X Division title challenge. Casey Navarro, no stranger to the scene as well, not just X Division, but TNA, also an all-rounder, also a freelancer. Previously has been involved in and out around here in TNA, in Wrestling Revolver, and also in House of Glory. But it's going to be interesting to see how Zachary Wentz is in this match mentally, where I do think it more so is going to go to Zachary Wentz, considering he wants to follow in Trey Miguel's footsteps, being the fact that Trey is a multiple-time former X Division champion. But between the unknown, between the level of experience, between the backgrounds that each man offer here, this match is a bit more of a who's who.
You know, considering the trigger that they pulled this past Tuesday, I'm almost surprised it wasn't Wesley in this match. And Wesley could have been going after Zachary Wentz. I know it was filmed before the turn, which is probably why they didn't go that way, because they didn't want the fans to be scratching their head as to why on one night the Rascals are in trios action and they're being successful, and the next night during the TV tapings, Wesley and Zach Wentz are at each other's throats. They didn't want the confusion there. But I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't try to go with Wesley in this one.
I'm not. I think, again, you let that stew. We still have to get an explanation from him. And even though he's not in this, it doesn't mean he won't come out here and try and cost his Rascals. Desmond Xavier, of course, formerly was involved in TNA. But something tells me that Wesley's going to go in a different direction. Whether or not the Rascals look for revenge down the line or look to show him no mercy, or even pick that up at some point, maybe towards Bound for Glory in a call your shot gauntlet scenario, as Bound for Glory usually does. That remains to be determined. So this don't surprise me at all. What does surprise me is the fact that we got somebody outside TNA, somebody from NXT and TNA itself in an X Division Ultimate X qualifier here. You got literally three representations of three men that know all sorts of dynamics when it comes to showing they have no limits to their capabilities in the ring. So this triple threat qualifier for Ultimate X definitely has my eye tonight.
So I'm not surprised that there's NXT representation in it. I'm just surprised it's Dante Chen.
Now that does surprise me. I was like, who? And then I was reading up on it. Oh, okay, that guy. Yes, Jeff.
I was just, I was agreeing with JJ, but again, it's probably taped before the Wesley thing, so we'll see how that plays out. And who knows, we may see some more NXT crossovers in this as we on the road to emergence. I'm looking forward to whatever plays out here in the next few weeks.
Oh yeah. I mean, again, I'm looking forward to everything. I'm just, like I said, I'm just burnt out as hell right now between the work day from hell I had and the fact you guys have come me call literally every damn company so far this week. I'm glad I'm not calling SmackDown. Give Walter and JJ that glory. Give me a break.
I can't. I'm going to be at BJ's. I have to work tomorrow.
He is working tomorrow, so it'll be...
it'll probably be Walter and James.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, give the alternative team some Michael Cole and Pat McAfee, the freaking SmackDown reigns. Corey Graves and whoever that guy is at ESPN. Go ahead.
I mentioned earlier the weekend at the end of the month. We got a few more minutes here before iMPACT goes live. I just want to point out to everybody that we are building toward what is going to be a jammed weekend. The weekend after All In London. We are going to have no less than, as I said, 4 watch-alongs over the course of 3 days. Capital Collision on the same day, Mike, right around the same time. I think I have to check on the Capital Collision thing to make sure that time is accurate, but I'm pretty sure they are going live on.
Sir?
Yes, sir?
Sir?
What?
Capital Collision says Saturday, August 30th, and Emergence says Friday, August 30th.
I see it, I know.
It's all right.
Noah, would you like to give us that great 5-letter B word?
I mean, I made the Zonk rabbit for a reason. Sorry, Jeff, but you did do it. Botch.
All right. Yes. Anyway, both those on Friday, the 30th. Berlin on Saturday for WWE, and then Sunday NXT will feature No Mercy. Luckily, Berlin is early enough in the morning we can do open mic night and still catch an actual day of stopping in between. But we are ever expanding our coverage of things, and we greatly appreciate everybody along for the ride. We really appreciate everybody that tunes into these things on a regular, and I just want to throw a wave out there to everybody on behalf of people like Chris Jericho, for example, and say, "Hi guys!
Hi guys!
Oh,
hi guys!"
I'm not buying that.
Yeah, you are.
No.
So Noah, which shirt would you rather be caught wearing? This one or the Chase U shirt?
Blank white tee.
No, that wasn't an option.
Oh, well, it is an option. I have one.
No. Your options are that Learning Tree High Guy shirt or the Chase U shirt.
I don't look. Here's the thing. Hi, Jeff.
Buy the shirt.
Buy that shirt. I would buy that shirt. Okay. Again, I can plead the fifth because A, I'm cheap, and B, I have a plain white tee, and I don't even represent wrestling when I go to shows. I just represent me. Simple as that.
We encourage it, by the way. Please buy the Definition Network t-shirts and wear those to wrestling shows. They're not wearing AEW shirts to WWE shows, which just irrationally chaps my ass, but it does.
It is what it is when it comes to that company and its brand-based loyalty, as far as making sure you only wear us or else. We'll have you wear it inside out. Damn it. God.
Unfortunately for the multiverse, I don't know what my schedule is for the 30th yet. That one hasn't been dropped, but I have been working pretty much every Friday.
And
so I may be out of action, and considering that's a simulcast, that takes me out of the loop more than likely.
Anybody wishes to, audition or fill in, so I can produce rather than have to, do analyst for one of those shows, please let me know.
I mean, I'm sure we'll figure it out. It wouldn't be the first time that we did back-to-back, including do simulcast. I'm sure we'll figure it out because right now we know emergence. We got the Ultimate X to determine X Division champion, whether it's people by Billy or somebody new. We know that at Capital Collision it will be Gabe Kidd defending his strawweight championship against Leo Rush. We know at Bash Berlin it's Goop for defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Randy Orton. And we know at No Mercy, nothing.
We know nothing as of yet because NXT is still in the fall for Great American Bash. Just that.
Exactly.
And then also, as far as Bash in Berlin goes, and I already told Jeff about this, there's a possibility that we may be doing familial stuff during the day when Bash would be on. So if I am not scheduled at BJ's, I'm out for that one as well.
Okay, good to know. Well, luckily we have Big G on the call. So
either way, I'm here. I'm here for all of it. I just don't have Fox.
And we've got Mr. Reliable who's willing to tag in.
Yes.
We're covering all the stuff from Now Watch, folks, in this crazy week of nonstop content. All the wrestling. Shout out to ATW family.
And I have had a request to add WrestleCade weekend as far as the WrestleCade show and the Ladies Night Out the night after, because those are both beyond. You said it was Title Match Network or Triller?
Yes.
Title match.
So yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's.
I mean, we're already doing Turning Point that Friday.
Correct.
And then the other two shows are happening from the same venue.
Right.
Don't know any matches yet, obviously, because it's way too freaking early. But I'm sure that the WrestleCade Super Show will have some of the talent that's going to be appearing that weekend.
So that's the last weekend of November, early December, you said, right?
Correct.
Yes.
November 30th, Survivor Series also. Keep that up.
Yep.
So
okay.
That's
that'll be a double coverage if we do, but I'm not opposed to it. Just making the aware. We got one show in the Pacific Northwest, and then one in the Southeast with WrestleCade. So we will.
I use so much of my brain power in one day of my life. My God. Sorry.
No.
I am so damn spazzed out right now.
No, if you need to have a day where you go, nope, then you need to let us know as always. And speaking of, off we go with Impact. Enjoy, boys.
All right. Refresh the feed. Of course, we look back at last week. Let me go ahead and get myself together. And now that I've woken up a little bit, now that I'm finally away from those fucking LPCs. Again, folks, welcome to JMN Multiverse of Media live watching schedule here for the total non-stop content week here where we cover all things registered AW family on the Twix and social media platforms. We look back at last week's TNA Impact. It was the last match of Mustafa Ali, who was looking to make the TNA World Championship great again against the one-man Nick Nemeth, as Nick Nemeth was able to take him into the danger zone and have his first defense. But as we talked about, JJ, of course, no Fox, JJ Williams are on the call. Josh Alexander, Frank Kazarian, Joe Hendry, Moose. There are a lot of people right now with the wanted man in their sights. And, of course, we also saw the rather unique union of PCO and Steph DeLander alongside wedding attendees Rhino, Zaya Brookside, First Class, AJ Francis, and Rich Swan, Destro, and, of course, the director of the ceremony, Santino Marella, And then that sentence happened and you called it. We had a very unwelcomed guest who made sure everybody was not always ready for him. Damn it.
This was so good.
Oh my God.
This was so good.
These freaking weddings are going to kill me before this industry dies, which will be never.
But then to your point, Matt Cardona came out with a present, or at least what appeared to be a present, and it was a cinder block, a brick, part of a tombstone that he cracked over PCO's skull.
And he dropped Santino in the process.
Destroying the wedding.
Instead of saying this is about me, as Zaya Brooks, I went to counsel her. PCO standing tall alongside his loving bride. And speaking of which, well, she seems to be in better spirits.
Steph DeLander inviting us to her honeymoon and showing us some of the lingerie that she is going to be wearing on the honeymoon.
I don't need to see this.
I mean, I didn't sign up to see it, but I'm not opposed.
You are a sad, strange man. You know that?
Hey, you know what? Give me some credit. I didn't start, going all goo goo gaga. I immediately said I did not sign up to see this.
Well,
that is not why I am here. But
fair
I'm
enough.
also not opposed to it.
Well, all right. But that being said, welcome everybody to TNA Wrestling, total nonstop action. We are underway. Welcome to the show. Let's freaking go. Hello, everybody, and welcome once again. Again, if you want to dictate the conversation, go ahead and dictate. Castlane Studios, Jeff Beecham Network, bleh, Greg Chamberlain, Super Chat. It's as simple as that. As we are, of course, emanating from Tampa Bay, Florida this time on the road to emergence as we are trying to figure out who will be part of Ultimate X. And so much more as we kick things off with the system, looking for a reboot after everything fell apart at Slammiversary.
Now, the $1 million question is, will Control-Alt-Delete work here? Or has the system crashed for good?
Now, of course, at the face of the franchise moves the former TNA World Champion, former TNA World Tag Team Champions, Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, JDC, who's been looking to prove he's worthy of being part of the system. And, of course, the only participant in the system with gold, Alicia Edwards, still one half of the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Champions. But we also know Mike Santana put the hit out on Moose. And you got to wonder if that's on Moose's mind at all.
Definitely think that he's got it on the forefront there, but did you ever think that Alicia Edwards would be the one member of the system still holding gold?
No, I figured she'd be the first one to lose it, but I guess that goes to the testament of this person that's been in TNA since 2017. Quite a night on tap, as we talked about earlier during our pre-show. 2 triple threat Ultimate X qualifiers, TNA Knockouts World Championship Open Challenge. And then the main event, of course, Joe Hendry takes on Wolfgang, representing NXT and Gallus. Oh, good
Alicia
Lord.
Edwards asking us if we want to know something.
I agree with that fan.
She's sick and tired of us stupid fans thinking that the system is failing.
I mean, it is.
Something. she wanted to know something.
And the audience is
telling the fans that she's trying to talk here, so that we need to shut our mouths. I can't shut up, Alicia. I'm relaying your promo to the viewers.
Well, it's not like anybody wants to hear it tonight in Florida. I'm just saying.
Take a look at this. This means that I am one half of the Knockouts Tag Team Champions. That you are. And we're looking at the most dominant faction in professional wrestling. I think Roman Reigns might have something to say about that.
The jury's out on that. The jury's out on that, especially in TNA wrestling history alone. Main Event Mafia.
Members of the system will hold gold again. We now go to Eddie Edwards.
Well, if nothing else, she's
standing delete.
Well, Brooker Matt Hardy, of course, helped with that.
Eddie says that the fact is that him and Brian losing the tag title, Moose losing the world title, it was nothing more than a fluke.
Right.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they haven't received their rematches yet.
You know how it goes sometimes when it comes to rematches here. Not necessarily automatically given, somewhat proven and earned. You saw what the ABC did to get back to those titles, and they more than still earned them back.
Eddie says they will do anything, and he means anything to get those titles back. Brian Myers saying nothing has changed.
Except that you're about gold.
Nothing has changed at all. The system is still the greatest faction in professional wrestling today. That may be because the bootleg bloodline is garbage.
Well, that I do agree with. I'll give you that.
And if you disagree with that, you're just delusional. I mean, Jacob Fatu versus most of these guys would probably destroy them. But the rest of the bootleg bloodline, I'm not so sure.
Well, considering GLD were previously here and they lost to the Good Brothers, I think you're on point again.
Jacob versus Moose would be interesting, but Jacob would probably kill the other 3 members.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind about that. Former MLW World Heavyweight Champion. But I'll give Eddie Edwards credit. He's a former TNA World Champion.
JDC telling the fans to shut up before passing the mic to Moose.
Shut up, town?
Let's see what Debo has to say.
Damn.
Nick
He's not wearing a body vest.
You might be the TNA World Champion at this moment. But one thing you'll never be is the face of the franchise.
Technically speaking, you have the gold. You are that.
When the time is right, I will come and get what is rightfully mine. The TNA Championship. But before I get to you, I need to address a lunatic in the locker room walking around telling people that he's afraid of him. Mike Santana.
Uh-oh, I was talking about him earlier. I mean,
have you looked at my resume?
But he literally made sure he wasn't involved in that match.
Santana, you call yourself the dog, right?
I like that sign. Wanted. First degree tearing of fan signs. Jaws of Joe Hendry. Dodging Obafemi.
How about next week I take that dog out back and give him the old Yeller treatment?
Damn.
Okay.
Well, clearly the system knows what they want to set their sights on. Absolute dominance. Sounds like the system has finally found that confidence they were lacking after their fallout from Slammiversary. Have to go backstage. Look, Jonathan Gresham, he's normal.
Let me know when Jonathan starts to speak. I'm a little bit ahead of you.
Okay. What's been going on? He speaks. You haven't been feeling well. Gee, I wonder why.
He's here and he's ready to go.
Oh,
and here's
Kushida.
Kushida. Gresham extends his hand. Kushida doesn't know if he can trust him. Let me just say we need to pool our money and get Jeff that Kushida Time Splitter shirt to go with his Back to the Future motif.
Still coming out, of course, as we prepare for our emergence. Up next, People Might Billy risks the very X Division Championship. Triple threat qualifier with Jake Sullivan and Trent Seven next year on TNA. But also, as we talk about here, we cover all the wrestling, total nonstop action. Fasten your seatbelts, get in the fast lane. We are heading forward to Bound for Glory, October 26th. And something tells me, that car in the background tells me where we're going to be. Because TNA's biggest night of the year is just a couple months away. As we go backstage, direct on a full update.
Go ahead, Jeff. You were about to say something.
I just wanted to ask, did Kushida start using the actual Back to the Future style font before we did?
I believe so.
Yeah. Let's say they came by one of our shirts.
As we're about pushing the boundaries. Damn right. Three-way matches. Speedball wants to prove he's not just a champion. He wants to prove he's a fighting champion. If you have it, then bring it. And he wants to insert himself in one of those qualifying matches. If he doesn't win, then he does deserve to hold the X Division Championship. Brave man, Speedball. Brave man. I respect you, but I also do think you're a little bit crazy. I admire the, the confidence and also the admiration that Speedball Mike Billy wants to bring forward towards the X Division Championship. But why would a champion literally put themselves at risk of losing the title in the very match that defines the championship that you had the chance to already be involved in as a champion itself?
That's a very good question. I mean, and a match where you can easily get injured. I mean, let's not forget how high that championship is going to be perched, the way you have to climb those cables to get to the title. And Speedball doesn't wear shoes.
But Speedball My Belly, though, is also no stranger to Ultimate X. He literally came into TNA in an Ultimate X match. He also won his very first X Division Championship in Ultimate X. But also someone else no stranger to Ultimate X is this anomaly that, simply put, is something!
Damn it.
Jake Sullivan, of course, came back to TNA last year at Slammiversary at Ultimate X and is a previous challenger against Josh Alexander for the X Division Championship. This guy is the definition of a division that is defined truly by no limits, no matter what build you are or what you're capable of in that ring. And Jake Sullivan brings both power and agility. Of course, the only way to win this qualifying match will be a pinfall or submission inside the ring. Of course, there's no disqualifications. We'll be covering Emergence here Friday, August 30th, folks. And the Multiverse of Media will be emanating from Louisville, Kentucky. And then there's the champion. That title's so beautiful. I love it.
I still prefer my variation, but that is a nice looking belt. I will give you that.
Oh, boy. And again, let's keep in mind, JJ, straight up, if Speedball Mike Belly doesn't win here, not only are we guaranteed a brand, not only does he not be part of Ultimate X, he will lose the X Division Championship. We're guaranteed a brand new champion if Speedball Mike Belly fails to win this qualifier match.
And like I said, out of all the matches tonight, this one is probably the one I'm least excited about because it's so predictable. Speedball just got the belt. You know he's not going to lose. Still going to be a fire match. I'm still looking forward to seeing the action, but knowing that he's going to retain kind of takes me out of it a little bit. Not going to lie.
Well, I mean, weirder things have happened. I mean, all it takes is 3 seconds. You know that as well as I do. And if it's one thing we've learned in TNA, especially with predicting, it's not necessarily that easy to predict, especially on pay-per-view. Speedball right now, Jake Something. And I almost wonder if Speedball Mountain is going to work together to neutralize Jake Something. Let's not forget, Trent Seven and Speedball are a tag team. They respect the morals of professional wrestling and wish to show the best from it.
Well, you did just see that brief handshake there as the bell sounded between Speedball and Trent.
And Jake Seven right now, his own momentum Sam up and over the outside of the ring. Now Trent Seven looking for the roll up and almost pinned Speedball there. Trent Seven, of course, who challenged Mustafa Ali for the SC Championship back against the odds. Here's the cover. Backslide. Kick out at 2. Oh! The fact that Speedball, again, is qualifying for his own title defense. Triangle moonsault out the corner off the second. Inside out, wiping out Trent Seven. It was going for Jake Something, but Jake Something got out of the way. Great scouting by Jake Something. And right now, Jake Something trying to goozle my belly, but Speedball taking advantage of the arm and vicious kick to the chest. Staggering Something. Uh-oh.
Got caught.
Whoa! Sends the Turner. Sending Pounder out of the ring up and over the rope with a T. Harris counter. Still kind of nine, another X Division, Ultimate X triple threat qualifier with Zachary Wentz, Casey Navarro, and NXT's Dante Chen. And oh man, what the hell?
Jake Something kept hold of him the entire time Speedball gave that Hurricane Rana.
Got an apron power bomb after using it. Speedball as a pendulum.
Jesus.
Really,
the sheer power by Jake Something there.
Again, I said it earlier. We saw what Jake Something brought against Mike Santana. This guy is a freak. An absolute powerful freak. He's had his eyes on the SC Championship for at least the last year and a half. And right now, Bailey's nowhere to be found in the ring. Very dangerous here, where, of course, he will not be involved in any decision that can come into play here. And Jake Something might just not Trent Seven's teeth out. I mean, you don't recover that easily from a powerbomb on the apron where wood meets steel. I'm just saying.
No, you do not. That one I can't speak from experience on, but I can only imagine.
Yeah, right. Jake Something teeing off against Trent Seven's back. And Trent Seven, though, hoisting up Something up on the shoulders. This Speedball missile drop kick, Samoan drop combination. Able to connect against Something and use Trent Seven's momentum to drop Something in the process.
Speedball coming out of nowhere there. He had been MIA up until that moment.
And of course, we know later on Silicon Night, Jordan Grace is an open challenge for our TNA Knockouts World Championship. We'll also hear, allegedly, from the walking women, Josh Alexander, running shooting star by Speedball, cover on Something, only a 2 count. And also Silicon Night, our main event, Joe Hendry will take on NXT Gallus Wolfgang, and these two have bad blood and history going all the way back to ICW. And, of course, still to come later tonight, JJ, we saw the car must have been stuck at the red light. We still have to get our huge announcement regarding Bound for Glory. DDT! Yep. Shoot the half lateral press, covered by Trent. Gets a 2 count on Speedball, Mike Bailey. And Speedball right now, literally eye to eye with his tag team partner. Imagine again, Trent Seven was the one to literally take the SC Championship, quote unquote, from Speedball. Again, title's not on the line here, but Speedball holding it definitely is. And Something just literally running through Speedball Mountain, breaks the banner, takes both men down with a clothesline. There is no stopping that runaway train.
No, not at all.
Again, how many times has Jake Something had a moment and came so close to something and ended up with nothing? Poison Rana! by Bailey to
Jesus.
something. And Bailey right now helping Trent Seven this time, though, looking to bring him in. Oh, my God! Scooped and slammed the cover, and something dives in to break it up. What a counter by Trent Seven. Take a look at this, JJ.
Great high power, high risk offense there by Trent Seven. Really could have had it if it hadn't been for Jake something.
Turned him inside out with that avalanche power slam, almost a sidewalk slam of sorts. And again, speed on my belly. I admire the merit of this choice, but this is a hell of a field to beat. And I almost wonder if Speedball is going to be in any way, shape, or form after tonight to literally, if he survives this, be able to survive Ultimate X. I mean, I know that we got time still before emerges, but again, taking a lot of power of the champion here. Oh, man. The strength of him. Boom! Bop and bang. 7-star lariat. Jake something does not go down. Oh, blocks the second time. And another 7-star lariat attempt. Meanwhile, Speedball on the back of something looking for the sleeper hold. And what the hell is about to happen here? Oh, my God!
Again, the power of something. Being able to powerbomb Trent Seven. Trent Seven's legs kicking Speedball in the head as he got lifted up for that power bomb. Everybody down.
Powerbomb vertebrae combination to your point. This is crazy. And Speedball nowhere again to be found. Into the void goes Trent Seven. Cover by something. Speedball, wait. Speedball, the roll up. Shoulders down. And something kicked out. Oof, razor thin. Super kick didn't affect something. Now rolling in. Cyclone kick catches something on the tempo. Something is down and in the drop zone for Speedball My Belly's ultimate weapon. Cover. Speedball is going to Ultimate X. And so the first of 6 participants is known as Ultimate X returns at Emergence Day. The champion himself, Speedball Mike Bailey. Excellent match, though. Again, something is something. But when will he achieve something? You tell me.
Never.
How dare you? As we go back towards Explosion, you were talking about the Shell Show earlier, the quintessential knockout, of course, in singles match against Tasha Steelz, who, of course, took advantage of the Shell Show's work back at Slammiversary and stole the win in that fatal 4-way. It was in singles action, though, so we're looking back at the clues of this match, that tornado DDT. Tasha Steelz nearly getting the better of the quintessential knockout, but was unable to. And, of course, both these women are jockeying to, of course, challenge for the TNA Knockouts World Championship. Both previous victims of the Juggernaut this year. It was Shaw who challenged Grace back at No Surrender and went MIA before returning home courtesy of Gail Kim. Steelz again stealing the win, using the ropes for leverage. And, of course, she still is the greatest that beat the greatest because, again, she won her first and only TNA Knockouts World Championship against Mickie James.
There you go. If you stand in her way, you're going to get dropped.
Oh, yeah, she has been stealing.
I mean, her last name is Steelz, so.
Wait, Santino.
That's send him a gun.
Thank goodness we got some authority here. Resolution? Next week. Another match. 2 more referees? Wait, what? Did I just hear that correctly? Tasha Steelz versus Shell Shaw with 3 referees? Is that a first?
I think so.
Someone look that up for me.
I mean, we've definitely had outside enforcers, that type of thing, but I don't think we've ever had 3 referees in a match.
Well, speaking of the Knockouts World Championship, still to come tonight, as I'm still confused more than ever. Thanks, Santino, once again. Jordan Grace defends her TNA Knockouts World Championship against anybody willing to step up against her. And still to come in our main event, Joe Hendry goes one-on-one with Giles' Wolfgang. But coming up next, Kushida goes one-on-one with a normal Jonathan Gresham. As I was talking about earlier, though, of course, the next time we cover TNA actually on pay-per-view, it will be in October 26th, where we'll see who truly is bound for glory. The question is, where? Stay tuned.
Still not telling us, man. They're going to tease it. They probably won't reveal it until the main event.
Yeah, I agree. Or at the very end of the show, like they did with Slammiversary when they went to Nashville, which I saw live back in 2021. Meanwhile, backstage with Santino Marvella is Alex Hammerstone.
Hammerstone once in these X Division qualifying matches, the Ultimate
Jesus.
X qualifyings.
Yeah, no kidding. What?
Santino has put Hammerstone into a qualifier, but Eric Young is there.
Well, Eric Young's held every title in this company, to be fair.
Everything except the Knockouts World title.
Thank Christ. And of course, Eric Young has unfinished
He's been
business.
half of the Knockouts tag titles.
You have to bring that up.
Did it happen?
It did.
Did it happen?
I don't want to go back in time. Let's bring Kushida to the present and focus right now on what's in our screen.
You don't want to go back in time, but we've got the Japanese Marty McFly on our screen. Hello.
He's traveled to 2024, and he's not even channeling back in JJ. And this is the former multiple-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. And speaking of New Japan Pro Wrestling and Junior Heavyweights, the heavyweights Uya Omera goes one-on-one with Konosuke Takeshita, the Alpha. You can watch that G1 Climax 34 B-Block match coming up after TNA Impact tonight on Access TV.
I know that's already happened, but I might actually have to check that out.
It was a fucking amazing match. G1 has been amazing this year. All right.
I'm sure Takeshita probably won that one, but still, to see the one half of Joya going up against the Alpha Takeshita, that just had to be something.
Oh, it was. Well, I'll be damned. It's actually the normal foundation, the octopus, the man himself, Jonathan Gresham. I mean, again, we haven't seen Jonathan Gresham ever since that black ink got swabbed out of his mouth by Kushida. And originally he was supposed to face Kushida during the countdown to Slammiversary. We haven't seen him in this form since his return to TNA, JJ.
Interesting. I wonder if this is just a mind game, a little bit of a decoy, if you will. Make Kushida think that he can trust Gresham before Gresham goes back to his darker ways.
And it's Kushida.
Or was the other gimmick just not really getting over, so they reverted back? Did a little retcon, if you will.
Well, I mean, the thing that I wonder, though, Gresham channeled that darker nature to think that would move him forward, because prior to that, let's be honest here, he hasn't really done anything of high achievement here in TNA wrestling. He challenged Alex Shelley for the TNA World Championship, lost. He previously was a tag team along Spill My Billy, they lost. And of course, the last time he faced Kushida one-on-one prior to that metamorphosis, he also lost. But he still is one of the most purely founded wrestlers in this business, one of the most recognized Ring of Honor Pure champions, Ring of Honor World champions. So that has to count for something when it comes to the pedigree of Gresham.
Something.
The side headlock applied right now by Kushida, grounding Gresham. Of course, Gresham's known as the octopus because sometimes when you wrestle Jonathan Gresham, you might as well be wrestling somebody with 8 arms.
That's fair. And once again, at the outset of this match, Noah, you were talking, but Gresham tried to put his hand out for a handshake from Kushida, and Kushida wanted no part of it. Kushida doesn't trust Gresham, and I don't blame him.
No, I don't either. Again, he was the first victim of Gresham's return and that black ink that made Kushida sick. Drop toe hold by Gresham now. Again, throwing off Kushida. Well, again, both these men are mat-based technicians. Okay, let's just call it what it is here. This is going to be a catch-as-catch cam clinic. It's a matter of who could ground the other. And right now, Kushida holding Gresham in place. Of course, Gresham applies the hoverboard lock, that Kimura submission, while Jonathan Gresham, of course, can apply multiple submissions at one time. Whoa! Taking him down. His shoulders were down, not even for one count, though, as Kushida maintains his grip. Try to deliver a belly to black suplex. Kushida lands on his feet. Headlock, head shoulder takeover. Kushida continues to control Jonathan Gresham here. I almost do wonder, though, if Gresham did show up in Montreal at Summerversary, would have we seen that side of Kushida still? Was that what Kushida was planning for Gresham?
Possibly. We'll never know, unfortunately. Just like the question of how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Or when
the world may never know.
Or when they were both Shayna Baszler correctly in WWE. What? Happy birthday, by the way, to the Queen of Spades,
yes.
Shayna Baszler.
Yes. I was going to throw that out there eventually here this evening.
Ooh. Manhattan
drop there.
Right down the tailbone there as Gresham drives his body through Kushida. I mean, we've been waiting for this match since Slammiversary. And this match continues here tonight on TNA Impact. And of course, we're on YouTube, so we don't have to say anything about television. No commercials.
Bless YouTube.
Yeah, God bless commercial-free streams. 90 minutes, literally total nonstop action. Again, Gresham right now. Kushida drops his body, though, and Kushida changing position. Now, Gresham widening his stance, though, looking for leverage.
Yes, boss man, I see you popped in.
Blessed be the YouTube for the lack of commercials.
Trapping the legs of Kushida right now, tying up Kushida here. Kushida's got to make sure he doesn't have those shoulders down, though. Get caught in a pinning situation. Referee page right now checking on the state of Kushida. Whether we get a verbal tap out or a physical tap out. Almost looks like Gresham's trying to apply maybe a Indian deathlock here of sorts. Kushida trying to create separation. We know that Gresham literally can win from any possible hold, any possible angle. He has literally made a foundation of that in his wrestling. Kushida trying to counter the pressure, and now Gresham changing position, now fully vertical. Kushida staying on his right shoulder, though, preventing being counted. Oh, wow, look at this. Wrenching up on that knee with the bridge. Almost a modified figure four leg lock here. And again, back to pushing forward on the knee in the Indian death lock hold. Can you imagine the hell that Kushida's through right now? Feeling that his right leg is slowly going numb.
Yes, I can imagine the pain. I've been in numerous leg submissions during my time, and most of them sucked.
And shoulders down. Kushida, though, had to be careful there as he was hoisting up Gresham and placing himself down the mat. He's got to find some way to break the pressure here. Find a rope break or turn over. And finally, Kushida finds his way to the ropes. Good grief. Finally able to position his body. You still see the angst right now on the Time Splitter's face. And when we've seen Gresham do this before, he's tied up. He can't get loose, JJ. What a unique circumstance.
Right.
Referee trying to break him up here. Trying to separate these two. Come on already. Referee's discretion for not disqualifying Gresham there. Whether or not they were legitimately tied up, you tell me. Kushida right now, not very pleased with that.
Both
Kushida,
men
though,
just
obviously
shoving each other.
Well, we know Kushida is definitely the stronger striker of these two. If that Tatanka punch hits, he might knock out Gresham.
Do we, though? I mean, look at the size of Gresham. Like, he's got to have some force behind those shots.
Drop kick!
Gorgeous standing drop kick by the Octopus. Out of nowhere.
An explosive offense here. As right now, people are probably back from break. Ben, if you watch Access TV, I feel sorry for you. As Kushida right now, just trying to regather himself, standing on his own 2 feet after all that damage done to the right leg. Gresham up and over out of the corner. Kushida, though, boot captured. Oh, God, what a knife-edge chop.
Yeah, I watched Access once for Impact for my reviews. And when they went to commercial in the middle of the match, came back and the match had already ended, I was like, nope, never again.
Yeah.
And thankfully, ever since then, I have had ways to view it on YouTube, thanks to such a simple man.
Well, also for $1 plus taps, you get TNA Impact commercial-free streams, 8 p.m. East Standard Time each week. 4 episodes of TNA Impact for literally $1 a month. You can't beat that deal.
Nope.
Kushida and John Gresham, 2 of the best in-ring technicians you will see here, not only in TNA, but honestly in a wrestling ring. And right now, Gresham hoisting up Kushida.
The sheer power of Gresham there.
Great strength.
No jump, nothing.
Couldn't quite get the pinfall, though. Wasn't able to really put his body in proper position as he hooked the far leg. Immediately going back after the already damaged right leg. Maybe a single leg crab turning over Kushida. The Octopus putting on a crab. What the hell is this? A seafood restaurant? We're not even in Seattle. Gresham right now feeling like he has firm control of his opponent while Kushida easily gets to the ropes to break the submission again. You can't say he was tied up this time, JJ. He only had literally a wrist hold on him.
Yeah, right. Gresham's feeling it now. You can kind of see it in his face. Hopefully he's not getting too cocky.
And of course, still kind of night, that announcement regarding Bound for Glory. We know the win. We don't know the where. And of course, in our main event, Joe Hendry goes one-on-one with Wolfgang of Gallus of NXT. TNA Knockouts Open Challenge for the World Championship by Jordan Grace still to come here tonight. Anybody looking to step up for the Juggernaut's gold? Show what you're made of. Anywhere. Whoa, wow!
Gresham
what a dragon screw leg whip.
Yeah, Gresham was going for the octopus stretch there, and Kushida able to counter with the dragon whip. And yes, Noah, that does fucking suck.
I was about to say, I didn't have to say the phrase, did I? Running drop kick to the left arm of Gresham. Of course, these two know each other so damn well, dating back to their matches in Ring of Honor, going all the way back to 2018. Oh, went for the crossbody. Gresham able to duck out, though. Went for the PK to the left arm. Here's Kushida right now, picking up speed. Gets out of the way. Transition from a pinfall upon submission. Now Gresham trying to trap Kushida. Both these men right now just trying to ground each other once again. Kushida going after that arm. I'm looking for the hoverboard lock. Gresham, though, shoulders down, gets the near fall. Oh, man. Parallel kick.
Rocked Gresham with that.
This back and forth matchup, man. I tell you what, PK to the left arm, pinpoint perfect by Kushida. And now leaping forward, trying to trap the octopus in the hoverboard lock. And Gresham trying to do everything he can to prevent the lockup. Now transitioning to the right arm. We know that Kushida is very ambidextrous when it comes to that submission hold. Keeping Gresham, though, right now on his feet. Keeping his body towards the inside. And the ropes, the shoulder block. Both men right now matching each other for speed and for a technical move. Crossbody, roll through by Kushida. Kushida right now. Bending the arm into the overboard lock. And there's the tap out.
Wow.
Immediately. Kushida wins.
Surprised.
Wow. Well, again, you got to consider the damage that Kushida did. It was a focus attack on that arm from that PK to literally the elbow joint. Seeing that being hyperextended, can imagine what Gresham was in during that. It's a hell of a contest, though, with these two. Very respectful bout.
I would like to see I would like to see 2003, 2004 Frankie the Future Kazarian with the Wave of the Future and the Flux Capacitor finishing moves go up against Kushida. I think that would be hilarious.
It'd definitely be a little time capsule. You almost would be doing a time warp there if you did that sort of madness, JJ. As we go backstage now to the ABC, our TNA World Tag Team Champions.
Almost like we'd be splitting time. Of
course, we're looking at the 3-time TNA World Tag Team Champions. 3-time over now in TNA. Of course, beating the system back at Summerversary. Who's next? Who wants to step up? Hey, from 2 great champs to another great champion. Respect. Game respects game. Doing honor. Participating in qualifying matches for Ultimate X. What?
Ooh.
I mean, Ace Austin and Chris Bay are both former X Division champions. Game respects game. But only one of you can be. Now imagine them both in the same qualifying match here. But still to come tonight, though, of course, Zachary Wentz goes up against Case Navarro and NXT Star Trade Champ to see who will head to Ultimate X alongside People Mike Bailey. And of course, we will believe in the guy in our main event tonight, Joe Hendry, going one-on-one Wolfgang. But coming up next, time to find out who's daring enough to step into the juggernaut. Jordan Grizzleman challenge for the TNA Knockouts World Championship. As we have a moment here, again, by Shark here, JMN Multiverse of Media, whether you're the shenanigans, the reroll, whether Jeff can't count, whether you're a fan professional wrestling, damn it. Buy a
I
shirt
want
today.
that shirt.
I know, I keep hearing you, JJ. I keep hearing you, all right? If BFG is where it's going to be, I assure you I will take on that mission as long as you catch at me. We'll talk more later. That being said, again, folks, hope you're enjoying what you're hearing. And as we continue this non-stop week of all the content across all things Treasure, please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. As we go to Steph DeLander and their honeymoon again. I'm just going to let JJ take things over from here.
Nothing major, Noah. It's just Steph DeLander in the jacuzzi talking about
It's
her
not
monster.
wrestling. It's not wrestling.
She's calling PCO.
First off, PCO has a phone?
She got his voicemail.
Oh, nothing odd about that, I'm sure. Okay. That was random.
It was simple, just like you.
Well, I'll tell you what's not
just
simple.
A woman in a hot tub calling her man, Noah. Like, it wasn't that big a deal.
Well, thankfully, not yet, but I still feel like it's a sign of things to come. Speaking of things coming forward, here is our current face of the Knockouts, the Juggernaut, the TNA Knockouts World Champion, the face of TNA, Jordan Grace.
You know, I know she's still green, but give me Jordan Grace versus Jade Cargill.
I wouldn't mind seeing her muscle buster her, to be fair. That would be a great feat of strength. Of course, Jordan Grace has already made so much history this year alone, claiming the TNA Knoxville Championship against Trinity, participating in the Royal Rumble, and going up against Roxanne Perez for the NXT Championship. Looking to continue to show that nobody's on her level, but she can bring the best out of anybody after her last successful defense against Ash by Elegance at Summerversary. Again, who's going to answer the challenge this time? And from where? Let's find out. Who we got, Jay Chung? Who is it? Oh, no. JJ?
Yeah?
I was right.
I see that.
Rosemary! Well, this is going to be unique, to say the least.
I wouldn't mind seeing Rosemary and Wendy Chu together.
But this is a different type of Rosemary that I think Wendy Chu can even handle, for being perfectly honest. And this is no Taylor Paxley. Coming from the undead realm, as she likes to call it, this 16-year technician of the game all the way from Canada. Smash Wrestling, I first discovered her in her previous show as Courtney Rush, with that butcher's knife still in that purse, which still terrifies me. We're looking at former Impact Knockouts World Champion who held the title for over 260 days back in 2016 or 2017. And she beat the likes of Jade, Sienna, Chelsea Green, Laura Vanessa at the time, by the way. And of course, was able to survive against Toni Storm and Tegan Knox. Rosemary is nobody to take lightly here, despite the fact she's not been involved in the TNA Knockouts World Championship since literally TNA came back to life. Last time she challenged for this was against the virtuoso Deonna Purrazzo. Of course, we've seen this return of a different soul that believes that truly she's nothing and has nothing. And we still don't really understand the fullness of what's going through Rosemary's mind right now. First time these two have ever gone one-on-one here in TNA, just to put that in perspective. And Jordan Grace looking for the handshake? I don't know if Rosemary is going to take it. Whoa! Grace was sending the hand, and Rosemary looking for a cheap shot here, starting off hot with the drop kick. Now, Rosemary's been nothing but like a fiend just released from hell since she's returned, JJ.
Yep.
And Rosemary looking to follow up. Oh, man! The sliding forearm. Now the head scissors is locked across the bottom rope to Jordan Grace here. Jeez, what the hell?
Don't know.
And thankfully, Daniel Spencer bringing up for the count of 5, rearranging Jordan Grace's head. That was a hell of a modified cravat. Brace up against the apron, and Rosemary again just teeing off against the Juggernaut. Rosemary is a tortured soul, and I don't know if she's happy or if she's still at this point rather hurting internally. Trying to set up there for that soul below, of course. That's the way that she beat and pretty much gave that Black Rose burial to that competitor last week. Jordan Grace did her homework, though. Rosemary get out of the corner. Rosemary fall in. Oh, runs into a boot. Grace right now, once again, trying to use her momentum and speed her advantage. Rosemary, though, keeping up pace, and Juggernaut taking her down with a shoulder block. Whoa, wow! The power of Jordan Grace continues to impress me every time I see her in the ring. This was the greatest run Jordan Grace has ever been in on her career. And despite the fact she dethroned Taya Valkyrie, the longest reigning TNA Knockouts World Champion in this company's history. Juggernaut bomb, Vader bomb, cover, 2 count. Jordan Grace proving what it means to be a fighting champion in the highest degree. But of course, Woman Challenge, you literally test yourself. You also risk losing what you covet so much, even if it's within your own company. Again, Rosemary and Jordan Grace, this is the first time ever one-on-one matchup. Oh, and a spear! But Grace rolls through, catching Rosemary. Down goes Grace. Great power displayed here. Very interesting counter there by Rosemary, JJ. Whoa!
Another spear.
Cutting her in half. Here by Rosemary, and the champion is down, and I can't believe I just said that.
Down but not out yet.
Well, again, 3 seconds. But so below will literally put Jordan Grace's title reign to rest in peace. Looking for so below, the double underhook counter. Knife edge chop to Rosemary. And once again, Rosemary neutralizing Jordan Grace's speed, but the power of the Juggernaut hoisting up Rosemary on the shoulders. Oh, rolls through with that death-eye driver. Spicoli driver covered by Grace gets a 2 count.
Thought that was going to be it for Jordan. Thought she had her.
Well, when you come from a place called the Undead Realm, do you truly feel pain as pain is supposed to be felt?
No.
And Jordan Grace right now teeing off against Rosemary here in the corner. Wait a minute. Of course, Rosemary's never been the same. She lost Jessica Havoc. She lost her bunny. She's lost everything, including the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championships. Front face
Noah
lock.
also lost his bunny.
No, I didn't. She's just doing different things, and good for her. I wish her all the best. Check out her podcast with Allison Gray where they talk about horror stuff, Chainsaw Girls. Well, wait a minute. Looking for Soul out here, out of the corner, from the top rope.
Jordan fighting, trying to get out of it.
And changing position, hooking up Rosemary, stalling, vertical drop, suplex, avalanche. Not
Blow
done
through.
yet, holding on. Wait, trying to set up. And jackhammer denied, and Rosemary pulls off a counter suplex, both women down. Take another look at this. Good grief. That stalling superplex. Oh, no. Look who's coming down to the ring. Ash by Elegance and her personal concierge sticking their nose once again where it doesn't belong. We also did see, though, the personal concierge and Ash by Elegance watch Rosemary's match last week, and Rosemary's been threatening the concierge's life as of late. Oh, wait a minute. Ash, there's a pink candlestick? And the concierge. Oh, wait a minute. The official being distracted here. And Ash just Tito against Rosemary with that pink candlestick. And the referee never saw it. Oh, and again. And now Ash is literally attacking both Rosemary and Jordan Grace. Turn around, Dave Spencer. And that's it. The match is thrown out. It's no contest. Thanks to Ash by Elegance, this match has been thrown out. I sense heavy breathing, and Jordan Grace right now is furious, and if that concierge and Ash know what that's good for them, they'll get the hell out of that ring. Ash by Elegance once again making a name for herself towards the TNA Knockouts World Championship at the expense of Jordan Grace. Well, that was definitely anything but elegant. Still to come tonight, we may finally hear from the walking weapon, Josh Alexander, regarding his actions at Slammiversary. We finally explain himself. Coming up next on the Impact Zone. And of course, what we've been waiting for, the official announcement for Bound for Glory, that will be October 26th. We will find out very shortly the venue and the city. Man, I'm a little bit upset by that, not gonna lie. All right, let's go ahead and finally get this announcement and get this thing out to JMN Multiverse of Media schedule. The announcement of TNA's biggest show of the year, Bound for Glory. October 26th. Who will call their shot? Who will achieve the journey? Who will seize victory? Welcome to Detroit, Michigan! As TNA brings Bound for Glory from Wayne State University Fieldhouse. Saturday, October 26th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I cannot fucking wait for this pay-per-view. And this man's no stranger being the main event of Bound for Glory.
Really quick before Josh starts talking, let me just say, JJ asked Aaron on No DQ TV that was airing, actually airing right now, actually probably now. If he does consider dropping his Dynamite watch alongs, if he'll go to TNA watch alongs. Bound for Glory is in his backyard. Just throwing that out there. We should definitely find out if he answered that question and kind of needle him from there. Maybe that's just me.
That's an interesting thought. Speaking of somebody with interesting thoughts, Josh Alexander has had a lot of polarizing thoughts regarding the TNA faithful when it comes to what he believes he's been for this company, and that the people may have forgotten about that. Looks like we're finally going to hear from the Walking Weapon, JJ. Yeah, just be honest, okay? Just tell the people how you feel, for Pete's sake. People saying you sold out, and I agree. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you are a man of integrity, and you showed us you are anything but. Yeah. You think he's actually going to give us an explanation here, JJ?
Doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it too.
In his mind, he feels that the fans don't deserve an explanation. Saying that he's not the one that changed, that the people are the ones that changed.
How did we change? I think they still do, honestly. They said his name, Joe Hendry.
People prefer to believe in someone like Joe Hendry as opposed to the Walking Weapon.
Damn right, and we should, because he's incredible. Do you believe? We believe.
Keen A Train doesn't, but I do.
Yeah, he'll figure it out eventually. I believe he will. We believe. Considering he's going to be in the main event. How dare you?
Saying Joe Hendry is a meme, not a professional wrestler. He can't.
Bear in mind, JJ, that Joe Hendry is the guy that has 3 pinfall wins over Moose.
Can't lace Josh's boots even on his worst day.
Boy, delusional.
Asking for a little bit more respect for the heart and soul of TNA. That he earned that title.
Joe Hendry didn't. And the shortest. Facts are facts.
That man at that table right there calls me the standard of TNA, and so did all of you once upon a time.
Saying that the announcers call him the standard of TNA, and so did all the fans at one point.
Guilty.
I'm the best professional wrestler walking this earth today.
Debatable.
So whether you like me or not,
I can hear somebody's television.
Feel more blood sweat than anybody. Right. He did face through my belly near 60 minutes. Standing with a black heart. That's what you are. Standing with a black heart. Focus on one thing. I've lost it. TNA World Championship. I knew it. I told you, JJ, that Nick Nutt's got a lot of targets on his back.
Well, duh.
Why did you say Josh Alexander wants his match with Nick Nemeth now? Wants to be fine champion. TNA already has a face. Josh Alexander. When? I was going to probably face TNA. Damn. Damn. Uh-oh. Well, it looks like... Go ahead, JJ.
Looks like Nick Nemeth is coming out to respond now to Josh Alexander.
Yeah, about to say transitional champion. That was the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back. I mean, calling a world champion a transitional champion, that's about as big as an insult you can give somebody in professional wrestling. Especially somebody like Nick Nemeth that worked so hard to finally be above the system.
Yep.
Well, let's go ahead and hear what's on the wanted man's mind. Nick Nemeth, of course, who fought all the way. Oh! Well, no words needed. Nick Nemeth, the super kid, just dropped Josh Alexander. You know, there's another classic saying, JJ. Actions speak louder than words. I think Nick Nemeth said plenty.
I tend to agree with you there.
TNA transferring out loud and proud.
As they should.
I am fighting champion. You want your match? You got it.
You've got it. Next week.
Next week, Nick Nemeth will defend the TNA World Championship against Josh Alexander. The TNA World Champion living up to that promise, saying he will be a fighting champion, fight anybody, anytime. All you got to do is literally call my name and tell me that you are better than me, and I will prove you wrong. Nick Nemeth looking to do that next week.
Still to come, our main event, Joe Hendry versus Wolfgang from Gallus. Wolfgang trying to get a little bit of revenge for Joe Coffey, show why the Gallus boys are on top. But coming up next, Zachary Wentz, Casey Navarro, and Dante Chen from NXT look to qualify for Ultimate X.
And of course,
and there's the official logo.
Ta-da.
Meachamized will be showing up in a trailer very soon. I've already got trailers made for the rest of the week. I'm not re-editing them.
Yeah.
So once we do the next re-edit, you will start seeing Bound for Glory pop up in the trailer. As we cut backstage to that son of a gun, the director of Authority, Santino Marella.
Making it official. Ha! Aaron needs to be careful that he doesn't risk suspension after putting his hands on the director of authority. As TNA director of authority Steve Morrell made official next week, it will be Josh Alexander challenging Nick Nemeth for the TNA World Championship. And it sounds like Aaron is becoming a little bit of an impatient child as we get ready now for our triple threat match. Ultimate X qualifier here with the Rascals. Smoking if you got him. Zachary Wentz. And this has been a very emotional week, as you pointed out, JJ. Of course, we saw what happened on NXT when the Rascals, MSK, had a chance to become 3-time NXT Tag Team Champions. An incredible effort, came very close, but of course they lost. And of course, we saw their brother, Wes Lee, turn against them, and arguably against NXT. It was a very hard-fought match, but it was Wes Lee that ate the fall. And he took it out literally on Trim against Zachary Wentz.
Yeah, I'm still finding this hard, dude. Like, I really thought they were going to do the unthinkable.
Same. Well, it's not looking ahead now. Wesley is in the back mirror, as he should be. Zachary Wentz has to focus on what's ahead of him, and that's a chance to be part of Ultimate X to compete for his first X Division Championship. And of course, we know so far we have one qualifier tonight, the champion himself, Speedball Mike Bailey. And Speedball has opened an invitation to Ace Austin and Chris Bay to be part of qualifying matches for Ultimate X. Not to mention, we learned from Satim Morrell earlier, Alex Hammerstone will have a chance to qualify for Ultimate X as well.
That should be awesome to see. I'll be curious to see how Hammerstone does in the environment.
Good to see Casey Navarro back here. Of course, we saw Casey Navarro impromptu during the countdown to Under Siege, challenging for the TNA Digital Media Championship against Laredo Kid. And this is definitely going out of left field. A great reception, though, here in Tampa, Florida for NXT's Dante Chen, the first Singapore-signed WWE superstar. Of course, we've been recently seeing this guy fuel the likes of Lexis King and challenge Ring Page for the NXT Championship.
Definitely a unique choice for this type of match, considering the talent that is housed within NXT, but it should be a fun one.
Again, TNA, we talked about before, it is the gateway to the industry. Everything runs through here. And Chen looks ready to compete tonight, trying to punch his ticket to Friday, August 30th. TNA emerges. Of course, we'll cover at the Multiverse of Media. First pinfall submission inside the ring. We'll move on, of course, to Ultimate X. I like that fact that Speedball Mike Bailey is really trying to encourage everybody to come forward towards his title, let alone come forward to be part of Ultimate X. And we are starting off fast here. Deep arm drafts by Zachary Wentz and Casey Navarro and Dante Chen. Respectfully, there's a schoolboy by Dante Chen. Sunset flip, roll through, covered by Wentz. Crucifix cover now by Casey Navarro. And our kick out. Woo. Back and forth, fast and furious so far, JJ, and this Ultimate X qualifier.
Yeah, this is definitely trademark X Division action here, the type of stuff that put TNA on the map. The first match was more about the no limits, no weight limits type of stuff. This is that pure, fast-paced cruiserweight style.
And again, to qualify, you got to get the pinfall submission inside the ring. Casey Navarro, up and over, wrecking ball, drop kick off the second, and just wiping out second Wentz on the outside. Navarro right now holding up to his name and his style. He is the high flyer, known as the Sugar Rush.
Dante Chen reminds me of a young Ernie Reyes. When once you were a wee lad, did you watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2?
No.
Okay.
Stuck underneath, up and around. Casey Navarro takes Dante Chen down with the DDT. It's a cover, hooking for a leg. 2 count. Navarro seizing a chance here. Casey Navarro reminds me a little bit of Alex Zane, if I'm making comparisons here right now. Of course, Casey Navarro is also the current Warrior Wrestling champion. The Ultimate X Course title we talked about before, JJ. You have the original behind you, defined by No Limits. The greatest of all time that have come through TNA have held this championship. Many of them went on to even bigger promise, including the TNA World Championship, especially when Option C was officially ushered in. We're talking about guys like the most prolific X Division champion in this company's history 10 times over, Chris Sabin, not to mention the likes of AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, Trevor Lee, or should I say, Grimes. And of course, our current champion, Speedball Mike Bailey, not to mention Mustafa Ali, who held that title since he arrived in TNA Wrestling. Chen gets a 2-for-1 there, taking advantage of Casey Navarro and Zachary Wentz. Irish whip, Wentz from the corner to Casey Navarro. Dante Chen right now. Oh, wow, what a pump kick. Pay attention to Dante Chen, folks. Ripcord, tilt-a-whirl, backbreaker. Nicely done. Here's the cover and a kick out and broken up by Wentz for added measure. The thing about the X Division, though, it is so fast. It only takes a split second to find your moment to get the win or steal it. Chen
Very accurate.
And Wentz, of course, Wentz right now, one half of the Rascals. Of course, Trey Miguel is a former X Division champion. Zachary Wentz has yet to hold the X Division championship in his career. And what is Casey Navarro looking for out of the corner? And Chen holding up Casey. Oh, wow! Blockbuster DDT combo executed by Wentz, and all 3 men down. 2-for-1 special courtesy of Zachary Wentz here, JJ. Who's going to join Speedball Mike Bailey here, and who else might join the field? We've got the likes of potential names like Alex Hammerstone, Chris Bay, Ace Austin. You want to Trey Miguel might want to get back in this top picture. Double stomp applied to Dante Chen. 9-pitch chop, combination offense being applied here by Wentz right now. Catching Casey Navarro out of midair, sending him down hard on the mat. German suplex to Casey, folding him up and over. Of course, running off of motions. We talked about earlier about NXT GAB. Handspring, rising knee strike, wipes out Dante Chen. And Wentz off the top rope. Massive cutter.
Jesus.
Cover on Casey Navarro, and Wentz is going to Ultimate X.
Noah, take a look at this image on the screen.
Okay, that's a little bit scary.
Doesn't he kind of remind you of him?
A little bit, yeah. And honestly, he probably had that shocked expression when he first came in here about the whole claw thing. That being said, Zachary Wentz is the second person of 6, now part of Ultimate X, alongside the champion, Speedball Mike Bailey. We are not done yet, though. It has been another nonstop action-filled night, and a lot to look forward to next week on TNA iMPACT here Thursday night. It's our main event up next, folks, as Wolfgang of Gals of NXT goes one-on-one with a longtime rival, Joe Hendry.
Yeah, see, the whole thing with the Rascals really kind of was running space in my head a little bit earlier when this picture was posted by Trey Miguel.
Mm-hmm. Wesley,
like, man, that kind of hit a little bit because that shows that he's been to the PC before.
Yep.
You know, even though not shown on TV type of thing, pre-NXT&A, man, that just kind of hurts. We go back to Steph DeLander now wearing a nightshirt, sitting on the bed, silk pajamas, answering the door, and it's Matt Cardona. Steph asking him why he's here. You're ruining my honeymoon. We go outside. PCO is down. Looks like somebody's holding him down.
Matt Cardona, of course.
Well, no, Matt's just sitting there, but who else is there? Who's holding him down? Is it the good hands? I'm not sure who's got him pinned down. Cardona stomping PCO in the back of the head there, but we don't get a good reveal of the two men that are restraining the French-Canadian Frankenstein here.
Well, again, Matt Cardona literally stomping the head on Steph DeLander's husband, courtesy of those goons. I feel that's a line he's going to regret crossing, and I'm sure we'll get fallout from this because, again, you cannot kill and won't die. I'm sure PCO will come out to light, but is Steph DeLander aware of what just happened? I know we are aware of what happened on Tuesday night, though, as Joe Hendry took Joe Coffey down with a standing ovation and neutralized Gallus to win big on NXT at the Great American Bash. A little bit of tomfoolery, but everybody Tuesday night believed in Joe Hendry.
Noah, that wasn't a little bit of tomfoolery. That was a little bit of Latino heat.
I also call it pure motivation. Oh,
now
boy.
Here come the Gallus sperm.
This interpromotional warfare continues to escalate here on NXT tonight on TNA NXT. J-Chum,
Is Wolfgang solo, or does he have his brethren around? Right now, it looks like he's flying solo here.
And tonight, Wolfie, no stranger to going one-on-one with Joe Hendry, is in the main event of TNA representing NXT. And of course, you know, trying to defend the honor of his fallen brother, Joe Coffey. Everyone's saying in Dallas that Joe Hendry is nothing more but a clown, a joke, a mockery to the great people of Scotland. Of course, Wolfgang, the most powerful and most emotionally driven member of the Gallus firm, if you look back at Wolfgang's history.
Walter, I see your super chat. We'll get to it after the main event.
Name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Like I was saying, Walter, we see your super chat there. We'll get to it at the end of the main event. If anybody else has any questions or comments, they want to dictate the conversation, get those super chats in. We'll address them once the main event is over.
Because right now, we are being motivated by 250 pounds of pure motivation. The answer to all life's questions. We are being motivated by a future TNA World Champion, the one and only Joe Hendry, who, again, Josh Alexander screwed at Slammiversary, but it has not ruined this man's attitude nor momentum since. Once again, heading into a main event here on TNA Impact. Joe Hendry has committed himself to becoming the TNA World Champion. Look at the people being motivated. I love it. And Joe Hendry has a mic. Let's hear from the man himself. I love it. We believe. Everyone believes.
Except for Keen A-Train.
The hater. I love it. Wolfgang. That's all I go. That's right. Back in ICW. I believe!
I also believe. I'm just not going to shout it as emphatically as you do.
Well, I got to try and wake myself up, and Joe Hendry helps me with that.
I have to have some voice when I go to my actual day job tomorrow.
Right. But I was saying, yeah, he ruined that concert, hater. Yeah.
Or are they lurking?
Trying to find the words. Oh, well, then you don't need to have a word to speak like that. Fist to face, boot to midsection. And this match is underway. Joe Hendry starting off hot. I mean, we saw what Nick Nemeth did in the face of Josh Alexander. His actions spoke for himself.
Mm-hmm. Joe Hendry starting off fast and furious like a Vin Diesel sequel.
Our main event here at TNA Impact is underway, and stay tuned and stay along with us, folks, because we don't have commercials here on YouTube.
Bless YouTube.
And right now, Wolfgang, again, the most emotionally combustible member of Gallus, trying to bring Joe Hendry outside, though. Starting off hot, big right hand by Joe Hendry. Now looking to send Wolfgang face first to the apron. These guys have history going all the way back to 2014 in ICW. Their first singles match was back in 2015. And yet they've known each other for over a decade. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've seen some of the songs that Joe Hendry has performed in ICW dedicated to Wolfgang.
Exactly. Oof! Again, you can go check out Joe Hendry's greatest hits, courtesy of the Joe Hendry YouTube channel. Go check out his greatest hits, including Can You Please Get Fired? Because it happened twice before. You Are Banned from Diamond. Of course, his most recent great hit, they got actually made from Scotland because of their facial hair. Joe Hendry, so prestigious.
He is the prestigious one.
Local hero. All right, that's enough of that. And right now, Wolfgang and Joe Hendry fighting on the outside of the ring. There's Spencer trying to get both these men back inside where the decision should be rendered. And of course, we now know where Bound for Glory is, Jaded. You almost wonder if Joe Hendry is sending his sights towards maybe being Bound for Glory for the TNA World Championship.
Joe Hendry, too smart for Wolfgang there.
I love it. This has been a crazy summer for Joe Hendry when you think about everything this man's been through. Ooh, and Wolfgang, though, taking advantage of Hendry's left arm across the top rope and wiping him out.
To be honest, it's probably been a crazy couple of years for Joe Hendry. I would say that starting off last year with that feud with Moots, we were talking about it a little bit yesterday, the .com match and everything. That was really the beginning of the rise to the Joe Hendry we all know and love today.
Well, Joe Hendry even said on Chris Van Vliet, he always knew he had the potential. He just needed to foundate the character, and TNA allowed him to do that. That script being applied here by Wolfgang, though, with the cravat, grounding Joe Hendry here. Trying to snuff out the rally. Take the crowd out of the match. You played the match more in your favor. Of course, Joe Hendry, like I said, the most prolific Impact digital media champion in this company's history, 260 saves, including 2 victories over Moose during that run. Oof, man. A big shoulder right into the left arm.
Wolfgang's been able to slow the match down now a little bit.
You got yourself. It's smart strategy here being applied by Wolfgang, though. Joe Hendry, though, trying to feed up the crowd, trying to get back into this match. The will of the people that believe. TNA's Joe Hendry taking on NXT's Wolfgang. Yes, folks, you're not delusional. It's TNA and NXT on TNA Impact.
In the main event.
Yes, I was about to say. Nice rising knee strike, though. Wipes out Wolfgang. What a nice bin here, by the way. Just to review, we have Casey Navarro and Spiel My Billy qualifying for Ultimate X. We know that Alex Hammerstone will have an Ultimate X qualifying match. Joe Hendry just put us in mojo. We also, of course, had Jordan Grace defend her TNA Knockouts World Championship against Rosemary for Ash of Ignorance, caused to be a no contest. That really pissed me off, by the way. We know next week we're going to have Giselle Shaw versus Tasha Steelz with 3 referees. What the fuck are you thinking, Santino Morella? And we know we have a TNA. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, we also know we've got a TNA World Heavyweight Championship match as Nick Nemeth defends against the Walking Weapon.
Not to mention, if Kazarian wants to put himself in the TNA World Championship picture, boy's getting
and
a little
I'm
bit
sure
impatient.
we'll have a few more Ultimate X qualifiers as well.
And we know that Alex Hammerstone has been given one, and Spiel on My Belly opened the invitation to former X Division champions Chris Bay and Ace Austin, our current TNA World Tag Team champions, as the system opened things tonight, saying that we are going to regain all the gold as Wolfgang scoop slams Hendry on the floor.
And you got to wonder if we'll see any more NXT involvement in those matches, or was Dante Chen it?
And right now, Wolfgang is just trying to literally take the people out of this match and take all the motivation away from Joe Hendry here. That was a hard slam on the floor. And look at Wolfgang mocking.
Waving his hands from side to side. He believes.
That Gallus boy's on top. He's got the count of 10 to get back inside the ring, though. Count of 9. Hendry, come on. Hendry beats the count.
Last second.
And Wolfgang, though, immediately back on the attack. And again, can't blame Wolfgang here. You got a vulnerability in your opponent. You exploit it. Oh, jeez. This is the Gallus style. This is not a brawling brute. This is just a mean, brutish Scot. Bone on bone right now. Literally face-washing Joe Hendry with his forearm. Joe Hendry still favoring the small of his lower back. Throwing off the ropes again, and another shot to the small of the back. And Wolfgang right now just seems like he's enjoying this. He's taking his time with Joe Hendry. I'm not sure how wise that is.
It's definitely not a good idea to give somebody like Joe Hendry the opportunity to get their bearings.
Now look at Joe Hendry to your point, getting his bearings, holding up Wolfgang. Bam! Down! That suplex backfires on Wolfgang now and renews new life in Joe Hendry in this match. Now Wolfgang back to his feet, though, and teeing up against, once again, Joe Hendry, middle of the ring. Again, no Joe Coffey or Mark Coffey apparently here tonight at TNA, as we know.
Or so we've been told.
And Wolfgang right now taking off his feet twice here by Joe Hendry. Hendry is fired up here. Back elbow strike. Josh Alexander saying Joe Hendry just a mean. The Gallus firm saying Joe Hendry's just a joke. But look at the power of Joe Hendry hoisting up Wolfgang here.
Sweet Jesus.
Whoa,
Fall away
man.
slam.
255 pounds. Taken up and over by 252 pounds of pure motivation. And with the compromised back, that's saying something for Joe Hendry. Again, the people believe Joe Hendry looking to rock TNA tonight. And now Hendry might be looking to hoist up Wolfgang. Can he get him up for the... Uh-oh. Wolfgang blocking it. Oh, God, wasteland. Jason Wade Barrett dropping him down from the shoulders. Oh,
What's Wolfgang going for here?
Oh, God!
Vader bomb.
To the back. Cover on Hendry. Kick out at 2.
2.5 at least, Noah. Wolfgang almost put him away there.
Well, again, the massive frame of Wolfgang. I think it played to Joe Hendry's favor that Wolfgang didn't have his body fully pressed down in the cover. And now he's thinking about going up top. He might be looking for the howling here. His variation of the Swanton Bomb. I first saw this back in ICW, and the howling denied tonight by Joe Hendry. Hendry right now running through Wolfgang here. Fueled by pure motivation of the TNA faithful and the NXT Universe in spirit. And can he hook him up? Looking for it again. A standing ovation! Cover! Joe Hendry has put down Wolfgang.
He's put away 2/3 of the Gallus firm now. That just leaves Mark Coffey.
Again, I will say it until I can't say it anymore. Do you believe Another look at this, by the way. Look at Wolfgang off the top rope, JJ. Looking for the Howard, that ridiculous swanton bomb. Joe Hendry thankfully out of the way, and Wolfgang is another canvas. And then hoisting him up with the Comar's back with a beautiful standing ovation. And Joe Hendry makes it 2 in a row against the Gallus boys. More roadblocks are going to continue to roll in front of Joe Hendry, but as long as we believe, I believe Joe Hendry has everything going for him to be TNA World Champion. Oh,
Hold on, we're hearing about something going on backstage. Cameras are about to find out what's going on.
The system and Mike Santana. Oh, that's Mike Santana.
Well, the system called out Santana earlier, Moose wanting a piece of him, so Santana's answered the call.
Well, let's keep in mind, Santana said that literally he has Moose on site.
Santana saying, let's go. What are we doing?
Well, I know what we're going to do right now. We're going to bid you all fine to do here shortly as TNA Wrestling is off the air. For the American Wrestling, JJ Wentz, for Jeff, motherfucking Meach, on the Seminole Foster. We all believe in Joe Hendry. And face tuning our coverage tonight on TNA Impact Wrestling. We'll see you next time.
Before we officially sign off and Jeff says his things, let's go ahead and get to Walter's super chat real quick. Says Zachary Wentz will be inches away from winning and Wesley is going to screw him. I see it coming already. Ooh. He thinks that's what's going to happen during Ultimate X. That's a fair shout, especially considering Emergence is on Friday and No Mercy is on Sunday. You can run that back just 2 days later at the NXT pay-per-view.
I could see that. I could definitely see that being a crossover feud that boils over in a single weekend.
Wesley will be shown no mercy by his former tag team partner who he betrayed. I like that.
I mean, you figure they'll do Emergence, they'll do the tapings on Saturday, and then he can fly to No Mercy and do No Mercy and just the full setup.
Hey, if Speedball can work three matches in one day, Wesley can do 2 shows over the course of 3 days.
That's a fair shout.
Then again, Speedball's insane.
And then same thing with Zachary Wentz. I mean, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah.
It'll be a beautiful thing. All right. So, thank you all. This is actually fun. I have not watched Impact in the Insider's time slot in so long because I've been so busy out there. That was really cool to watch it along with you. I enjoyed it. All right. So we do all the content around here. We cover everything because we're psychopaths on this.
Yeah.
Let me get rid of this damn.
I encourage this behavior. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, this graphic is out of date. We're going to have to remove Mission Pro Wrestling as there was a statement made today from Mission Pro and Thunder Rosa that after the show on the 17th, they're going to be taking a hiatus. They don't know how long. There will be no more shows for the rest of the year. They don't know when they're coming back.
Ouch.
So hopefully they will be back in the not so distant future, but we don't want to leave a logo up there promoting that we're not going to be actively covering, at least for the rest of the year.
That's fair.
So I'm looking forward even more now to Midsummer Blast. Izzy Moreno's second title defense. She did defended once at a house show for Mission Pro earlier this month. But yeah, unfortunately there was that press release thrown out on Mission Pro letterhead, so it is official.
It is. That's right.
It doesn't get more official than that. If you're telling me this now, all right then.
Yeah,
but it is a bummer, especially considering the way the three of us, especially, champion women's wrestling.
Damn right.
Even with one logo down, JJ, we still have all the content because if you missed it earlier, first of all, shame on you. You should go back. Mission's not a man. So check out JJ and I. JJ with the spearheading of the list with he got my little help from his friends. So I thank them for that help. But yes, the Monkeys, ranking the Monkeys songs, that was earlier today. Of course, if you missed our coverage of Impact and you're here, then you so come back and look. Tomorrow, start the afternoon, evening, if you will. with me doing Ask Me Anything. That'll be at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific, followed not too long after by our coverage of SmackDown on Fox and the return to SmackDown of the original Chief, Reigns, who even Noah threw it up. Now you know it means something. Noah's throwing up the finger for the tribal chief, and he's choosing Chase to the learning tree. He's having a hell of a week this time.
Damn right.
I love this. I love him. I love it. And not everybody. Collision. We'll have a watch along of that as well on Saturday. But at the end of the day, for the purposes of this match,
yes,
gentlemen, you tell me who's in this match because you tell me who they are better than anybody.
We're gonna have some cowbell with Texas' own La Mera Mera Thunder Rosa, the owner of Mission Pro Wrestling, going up against for the fourth time. How about you also, Deonna Purrazzo? Long may she fucking reign.
And then we'll take a short break, hour or so. And we'll be live with our shenanigans as we do. Hosted by the Renegade himself, J.J. Williams, open mic night. And then, oh God, we're going to rest on Sunday. It is God's Day, so we are going to rest. So it's a little bit.
Amen.
Right. And then, of course, all this stuff coming up next week, culminating with our coverage of Mission Pro's event and then open mic night after that. Damn, we got a lot of shit going on next week.
I was gonna say you ought to change that graphic, sir, because following Mission Pro is gonna be the beach party karaoke. It's not just gonna be a normal episode of Open Mic Night.
Oh my God! We got to see next week.
No, the wheel. Fuck you at the wheel.
Oh yeah.
So this week on Open Mic Night, I will be showing the wheel off for the first time.
From what little he's told me, the wheel is on one.
Why do you do this to me?
Noah, this isn't the first time this week that I've done this to you.
Oh, no.
And again, as we were talking about earlier with the watch-along trailer, why don't we go ahead and simply, as we get near the end here at 30 minutes, we'll dive down into our schedule for the total non-stop content week here at Multiverse of Media. Again, after the night here on NXT, we are far from done here at the Multiverse of Media. We'll keep you in tune with wrestling and entertainment through the rest of the week. You already saw Statboy Sports Bar earlier with Dory Lou. Coming up tomorrow, of course, is the Greg Cherry Show. You never know who's going to be on there or what weird laws might be discussed. You always can find it here Wednesday, 7 p.m. Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific. And then immediately following that, the live watch event schedule continues this week with AEW Dynamite. Matches included that limited to MJF giving an eliminator for the AEW American Championship against Kyle Fletcher. And Bryan Danielson going one-on-one against the Last Outlaw, Double J, Jeff Jarrett in a no-disqualification match with special guests, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and more to follow as we continue our path to All In. Yeah.
We also know that the Bad Apple, Brian Keith, will be taking on Katsuyori Shibata with the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho, on commentary.
Oh, God. As long as Shibata breaks his arm again, I'm happy. And
so my question to you is, would you rather deal with the Learning Tree or Chase University?
Damn it! You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You're wrong for that. You son of a bitch. You fucking suck, JJ. God, if I had to pick the worst of two evils, or the lesser of two evils, as the freaking oxymoron says. Let's see. Do I care about Chris Jericho right now in the midlife crisis tour? No. Have I ever cared about Big Bill? No. Do I think Brian Keith, who worships the ground Chris Jericho walks on, is better for his career? No. I believe Thea Hill has a lot of potential to one day be champion in NXT. And only because the fact that Thea Hill matters to me, I would take Chase U over the Learning Tree if I had to pick with the two.
We got him, everybody.
You fucker! You fucker! You fucker! Anyway.
Somebody pull his string. He's not talking.
I know. Damn it. I had to make my computer stop talking to me first. We are bad people, Jack.
You
Okay. Anyway.
Both are. And anyone that super chats my dignity on those nights are bad people too. Y'all are wrong.
Right. That's
Y'all
right. The Mingans are bad people, but they.
You have to forget the Mingans. They have it out for me for whatever fucking reason.
Hey, be careful! Be careful saying those names because one of them has already appeared.
At least he respects TNA. Damn it! I hope his new job's going well too.
Yes, Emmanuel. We hope your new job is going well. Jeff, continue your shills. Because it looks like the simple man wants to simply go to bed.
No, I
count some
believe
simple sheep and go memes.
So yes, pretend you're seeing the beach party graphic in that lower right there. But yes, after we get through that craziness, the next episode, Dad's going to be one that might trigger Noah as well, JJ.
What?
Oh yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing.
Oh God.
Oh no. People are, despite that render and how god awful those three dorks look, I'm not even going to deny that shit. They got some bangers, and they are not credited near enough for the amount of bangers they have in their side. So we at the Dads, not always on wrestling, are going to rectify the fuck out of that in 2 weeks.
Good luck changing my opinion.
To take a phrase from Jim Johnston, we're going to break it down when it comes to Def Rebel's theme songs. I have 16 instrumentals and 16 lyricals. We're going to break those down to 2 top 10 lists. The top 10 best lyrical ones and the top 10 best instrumental ones.
Good luck changing my opinion.
I'm not trying to change your opinion, Noah. I just want my goal in all of this is to get you and the millions and millions of WWE fans to acknowledge that there are more good Def Rebel songs than they give them credit for. That's all I'm out to do.
There is instrumental.
By no means am I trying to say that Def Rebel is better than CFO or Jim Johnston, because fuck that shit in the ass.
Okay. Fine.
But Def Rebel has got more good songs than I think people give them credit for.
Absolutely.
That's the goal, is to get the acknowledgement.
And saying that multiple times is a key phrase for that show. Because whether people realize it or not, just saying. That theme that leaves that man out there tomorrow night on SmackDown is by Def Rebel.
As is the leader of the new bootleg bloodline, Solo Sikoa's theme, is also a Def Rebel song. Will both of those songs be on the list? You'll have to tune in on my birthday.
That's right.
August 22nd to find out.
Oh, good grief.
25 years, not to the day, but to the date of SummerSlam 99. Yeah. All right. Of course, All In will be that weekend, the 26th. Yes! And then we go into that crazy batshit weekend of 4 watch-alongs in 3 days, which I corrected. Thank you both. And then, of course, as announced tonight, officially Bound for Glory, October 26th from the Wayne State University Fieldhouse in Detroit, Rock City, baby.
I'm just going to be waiting on my PC August 22nd for a reason.
Oh, you're going to buy Jimmy tickets for his birthday. Aren't you just the sweetest?
If you're going to do that, make sure you include airfare.
Yeah. We're not having him drive a car to Detroit. No, that's a long ass way. In any of our cars,
I'm going to do my best to make sure I have tapings involved too in this pay-per-view experience to get back to the Impact Zone since summer 2021 after fucking Texas took Victory Road from Cleveland.
Yeah.
So that means Noah, you attended Raw.
Yes.
You attended SummerSlam.
Yes.
You're probably going to go to Collision in Toledo.
Fuck yes.
And now you're looking at Bound for Glory in Detroit at the end of October.
Absolutely.
All 3 major companies in a calendar year.
America.
And at Collision, you get Ring of Honor tapings.
That's right.
The only thing that you would have missed this year is my NXT, which you've admitted, while still not on the level of your NXT, is a lot better than when we started doing watch-alongs with the Rainbow Bride era. That's the only thing you're missing this calendar year.
Correct.
Is my NXT.
Correct.
For a simple, frugal man who doesn't blow money to go to 4 of the 5 major companies in a calendar year, you deserve it, my friend. Congratulations.
Part of me is like, no, don't do this. But all right, you're nice. I get it. Thank you, Ed.
I was trying to tell how I was more happy for you that you got to go to SummerSlam, or that you slept all the next day and got your rest.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I was still more happy about the sleep than I was the overall experience. It's 14 hours. Fuck yeah.
No shit, dude. I would have been dancing a jig when I woke up. Like, I got more sleep. Fuck all y'all. I would have been so tickled. I swear to God.
Yeah, but then he went back and he watched the open mic night that he missed out on, that he wasn't able to police, and he was like, "Damn, I don't know if I can leave those kids on their own again."
Look, I've already learned what happens when I'm not on the screen with you yahoos, whether it's open mic night or watch along events. So nothing surprises me anymore.
We got a little sideways on Saturday.
Yeah, you think?
Hey, we still wasn't drinking this time. You gotta give me that.
Well, I'm sure you
this
will be.
This time was the key word there.
I'm sure you will be during match game, if nothing else.
Well, hell, I
think we're gonna need him to during karaoke.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna get good for the karaoke. That's the only time I can remotely sing well is when I'm good and liquored up. Get this, man.
Note, get Mario Wonder for Switch ahead of the day of the
Don't you dare! You were gonna participate like the rest of us.
Emmanuel, let Arlene know that Noah's trying to order a new Switch game so that she can super chat to make him sing. Let her know, Emmanuel. I'm counting on you and your sister, bruh.
Help us, Emmanuel. You're our only hope. Imagine me in the big, giant, stupid hair. All right, kids. That's it. We're getting out of here. We're 2.5 hours in, and no one's good.
But yes, I will be debuting the wheel on open mic night this weekend. I'll be showing some of the songs that'll be on it, and then as songs get eliminated, more songs will fill it up.
Yes.
So I hope, Noah, during your bus ride to and home from SummerSlam, you were listening to the playlist. Because you can't say that you don't know the songs. You've had plenty of time to listen to them.
I refuse to acknowledge music unless I absolutely have to.
And Emmanuel has said, okay, he will let Arlene know.
Damn it. Oh, do you know you have to? They do this at home.
Cut the damn feed.
Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
See you tomorrow, everybody. Damn it.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.